Hey, hope you're doing well. So before we hop back into some more Metal Gear Solid, which is probably my favorite game series, even 5, which is a fair bit different than the other ones. But before we dive back into this, if you know Metal Gear Solid, you know that David Hayter doesn't play the voice of Snake in this game. And that was like a big thing for me when I first found out. Because like Kojima was like, oh, we need different nuances than what David had, blah blah blah. Like, I'm a huge nerd for this game. Not all this series. But there's a reason. If you know Metal Gear Solid, especially 5, you know there's a reason that David Hayter is not voicing this Snake, quote unquote, Big Boss. I won't go into super detail about it if I end up actually playing through all of this and getting to the ending in asterisks, but yeah, it sucked not having David, but there is a reason behind it. Definitely a reason. Anyway, yeah, let's dive in. We'll be starting the Phantom Limbs mission because basically it was just the intro that we played yesterday. So we're in Afghanistan during the Soviet invasion, 1984. Great time. And Big Boss's basically right-hand man, Kaz Miller.
We don't know Miller's exact location, so you'll need to do a little intel gathering first. Take a look around Vialo Village.
Yeah.
It's up to you whether to slip by enemies or take them down. Just remember that any situation can change fast. Familiarize yourself with your weapons and items while you can. You need to be able to switch between them quickly to meet any threat. Hold it. There's a Soviet guard post. There are bound to be guards. Take a look with your binoculars. Put the enemy in the center of your field of view.
Yeah. Whoa.
That's marking. Focus on the thread and it'll be marked automatically. You can mark enemies and vehicles by zooming in with your binoculars or camera. Once they're marked, you'll also see their positions on the map. Security at that guard post is relatively light. Looks like the perfect place for a warm-up. Try to remember the ways you used to deal with enemies. Anytime you need advice, just give me a call. Sight, sound, keep all your enemy senses in mind. When you're near an enemy, stay low and move slowly. Don't leave bodies out in the open. Find some place to drop them out of sight.
Guard post captured.
Alright, like Ocelot said, just getting back into the swing of things. It's been a while since I played this game.
Yeah.
You're almost at the enemy outpost, Vialo Village. The village is crawling with enemy soldiers. Don't just go waltzing in. Start with some recon. Is there anywhere that overlooks the village?
There is indeed.
How about it? Can you see the village from there? Use the binoculars to recon the place.
Kind of the nice thing about Afghanistan. Hills everywhere around villages.
Look at where the enemies are stationed. Look at their gear. Take it all in. There should be a command post somewhere. See any buildings with tighter security? If there are clues to Miller's whereabouts, I'll bet you can find them in there. Boss, you don't understand what he said? I guess that makes sense. It looks like that horn stuck in your head has impacted the language center of your brain. If only we had a recruit with the Russian interpreter skill, we could get by with simultaneous interpretation.
The reason Ocelot remarks on that is if you've played Metal Gear Solid 3, you know that Big Boss speaks very fluent Russian. Like, you can't even tell that he's not Russian when he's speaking it. So the fact that he doesn't know it is interesting. And is it the spike in the cerebral cortex, or is it something else?
diamond. Good find. It'll fetch a high price.
Give it a second. And you notice, like, Russian troops are in basically either World War II uniforms or jungle camo, stuff like that. It's very true that when the Soviets invaded Afghanistan, they had nothing that was the right camouflage for invading. It's pretty cool, the attention to detail they put in this.
Sun will set.
Sun's down already. It goes without saying that darkness is good for infiltration, but your vision will be affected just the same. Keep your guard up, or who knows when you'll bump into an enemy. Parabolic antenna. There could be intel files of some kind in there.
You have arrived at your destination. Outpost captured.
All right, that's everybody down.
materials are already processed. They should come in handy sooner or later. Why not start gathering them? Hey, that's... So you picked up an intel file.
Extraction.
Now we know where Miller is.
Base.
I'm marking it on your iDroid.
The map has been updated. Marker removed. Marker placed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Night.
Yeah.
It's an enemy guard post. Watch yourself. That's a type of medicinal plant. Bring it back to base. It's sure to be useful sometime.
Guard post captured.
That's tarragon, a type of medicinal plant. It contains trace amounts of a benzodiazepine derivative that's the active ingredient in pentazimine.
Pentazimine is what you use to basically
Extraction arrived at Mother
combat
Base.
hyperactivity and stuff. I remember pentazimine being in Metal Gear Solid 2, and that's how you steadied your hand when you were sniping. Kind of cool. And snipers actually have used pentazimine to not shake as much when they're looking down the scope.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
You've reached one day. They've got Miller locked up in that town. Check your iDroid for his location. I hope to hell he's all right. He's not your average client.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Как думаешь, сколько еще будет длиться эта война? Сколько душманов мы не убили, они продолжают появляться. Думаю, помогать империалисты СРУ. Но представь, сколько стоит хотя бы прокормить их.
В последнее время говорят, что их поддерживают миллионеры из нефтяных стран. И теперь появился маг. И деньги идут.
That's the building, boss. That's where they're holding Miller. Your suppressor's no longer effective. Bear in mind, your weapon will be loud from now on. The enemy's given up their search for you, but they're not giving the all-clear just yet. Stay alert. Это КП, понял. Будьте начеку. Выкурите врага. Конец связи.
Outpost captured.
Kaz.
No more use for me, huh?
Kaz, it's me. I'm here to get you out.
Snake.
They do something to your eyes?
No, It's just bright as all. What took you so long?
We'll talk, but not here.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
You've secured the target. I'll send the chopper to get you out. Make your way to the RV. You can check the location on your iDroid.
Mission info has been updated.
You look well. Cage hasn't slowed you down one bit. Not so heavy anymore, right? Magic words, boss.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
This is B-Quad. On station at LZ.
Support helicopter has arrived.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah.
Ahab, do you read me? This is P-Quad. There's a gas covering the LZ. We can't land. Pulling back.
Gas. It's them. Boss, watch out. It's the Skulls. Don't let them find us.
Boss, whatever that mist is, it's all around you. We can't see through it. I'm changing the RV so it's outside the mist. Get over there. The chopper will be waiting.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah.
Alright, fuck it. We're gonna do this the way I did it the first time. Which is just haul ass past them.
Coast is cleared, and it looks like they're gone.
Yeah, those things. That's the unit that attacked us before. They came at us real fast in the same kind of mist. Our men, survivors from 9 years ago, were wiped out in minutes. I don't know what they want, but it's them. No mistake.
All right.
Vision
Put Miller in.
updated.
Gaining altitude.
Buddy departing area of operations. Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
We're headed for the Seychelles. That's where our new home is now. Hey. That was some operation we had, huh? 9 years ago. Carving out our own world. Making our own future. And they took it away. I'm gonna rebuild it. Make a new place. Together. That we can call home. Yeah, we were dogs, all right. Slinking around out of Cypher's sight. Digging up whatever kind of dirty money we could find. You name it. We did it. You see this? Diamond Dogs. Our new home. A phantom of our former selves. Triumph. Death. We weren't allowed either. Yeah. I remember it all.
He remembers everything and knows more than he is letting on, for sure. I love and hate Kaz at the same time.
Played us like a damn fiddle!
Help me, Snake.
Chico.
It all ends soon, exactly as I've planned.
No!
Give my regards to your boss when you get home.
Snake. Why are we still here? Just to suffer? Every night, I can feel my leg, and my arm, even my fingers. The body I've lost, the comrades I've lost, won't stop hurting. It's like they're all still there. You feel it too, don't you? I'm the one who got caught up with Cypher. A group above nations, even the US. And I was the parasite below, feeding off Zero's power.
He's being honest about that, at least.
They came after you in Cyprus. Then Afghanistan. Cypher just keeps growing. Swallowing everything in its path. Getting bigger and bigger. Who knows how big now? Boss. I'm gonna make him give back our past. Take back everything that we've lost. And I won't rest until we do.
Approaching Mother Base.
Our new Mother Base. I don't know how long it'll take, but I'll make it bigger. Better than before.
God. What should I do?
Boss?
Tell me. Tell me like you used to.
That is such a not big boss thing to say, too. Especially to Kazuhiro Miller. Miller would not be someone that would be trusted after Peace Walker.
Things have changed, boss. We pull in money, recruits, just to combat Cypher. Rubbing our noses in bloody battlefield dirt. All for revenge. The world calls for wet work, and we answer. No greater good. No just cause.
Cause.
Cypher sent us to hell. But we're going even deeper.
I know. I'm already a demon. Heaven's not my kind of place anyway.
Dogs of war for 9 whole years. That ends today. Now you're not sleeping, and we're not junkyard hounds. We're diamond dogs.
Let them talk.
We can crush Cypher, boss. And you can build the army that can do it.
Just one thing, Kaz. This isn't about the past. We're fighting for the future.
Welcome to Mother Base.
Boss, there's something I want to talk about. It concerns the running of Mother Base. Come meet with me. You came. This base belongs to you now. Make Diamond Dogs the force it deserves to be. Like any organization, we need good people. And we need to make good use of their talents. Miller asked me to lay that out for you.
Time for the Fulton.
Start bringing people in. Use this. It's a Fulton recovery device. When you're in the field, use it to extract any soldiers or prisoners you want back here. Then we'll see if we can't persuade them to join the ranks of Diamond Dogs. Go on. Test it out on the staff here. Anyone you want. First, put them to sleep. You have a tranquilizer gun, don't you?
It's an honor, boss.
What's the matter, boss? That's one way of doing it. Now extract it. Good.
Extraction
complete.
arrived at
You
Mother
can only
Base.
bolt and recover someone if they're not resisting it. No dead bodies either. They don't make great recruits. The staff member you just extracted will be assigned to the team best suited to his abilities. See for yourself. Open your iDroid. Select staff management from the mother... So that staff member was placed on the R&D team. The R&D team is in charge of developing all kinds of weapons and items that will support you on missions. Take a look at the development list. Select weapons items under the development heading.
Please
That's the
specify
R&D
project.
team's development list. See the item called cardboard box? Didn't seem much use to me, but Miller was adamant that you'd want it on the list. The last word in infiltration technology, or so he said. In any case, we don't have the manpower to develop it just yet. We need more staff on the team. Go extract a few more people. Boss, put the iDroid away from him. You can also Fulton extract individuals you've knocked out. Why don't you try knocking someone out with
I'm ready,
CQC
boss.
next? Show them how it's done, boss. Try throwing them. Best way to knock someone out instantly. Good.
Extraction
complete.
arrived at Mother
One thing I
Base.
should mention. A Fulton extraction won't always be successful. If the person is injured, the shock of it could kill them. And if the weather's unfavorable, well, it could end up going missing. You can determine the chance of success by approaching the person you want to extract. If you want to be sure you can get them out, best carry them to the chopper instead. All right, extract the next staff member.
Let go!
Get him out, or you can put him to sleep.
Don't pull any punches.
Extraction
Now that
arrived
we have
at
more
Mother
people on
Base.
the R&D team, its level has gone
Unit
up.
function
You should
added.
be able to develop the
Development
cardboard
project
box
has
now.
been added.
Open your iDroid. Select weapons items under the
Please
development.
specify
Now select
project.
cardboard box and start development. Just be aware that development has finished.
Please select a
You can have
drop
the
point.
support unit supply you
Supplies
with weapons and
requested.
items you've developed. Think of it as
Supply
your own
drop
personal
complete.
delivery service. And there it is. Not sure what it's good for, but Miller said you know what to do. Try it out. One last thing. The staff members you extracted were all placed on the R&D team, but that was Miller's decision. If you think they belong somewhere else, you're free to move them around. Well, that about does it.
Mission
You won't
info
make any
has been
GMP or
updated.
find recruits hanging around here. Board the chopper when you're ready for a mission. Open your iDroid and select a landing zone to tell it where to pick you up. Or if you're still in the mood for knocking guys on their asses, you can stay around here a while. Give the men some practice. Just come pay me a visit.
Please specify a project. Please select landing zone.
This is Pequod. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is Pequod. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Development project has been added.
Damn.
Mission list updated.
Boss, I know you haven't been back long, but I prepared a list of missions for you. Open your iDroid.
Please select a mission.
I've taken the job offers Diamond Dogs has received and made a list of those I want you to consider. Which ones you accept is your call. The objectives of the missions I've added are prisoner rescue, facility sabotage, and high-value target elimination. Probably all a walk in the park for you, but they should help you get back on your feet. I put the mission details on a cassette tape. Refer to it if you decide to accept the mission. We'll receive GMP for completing missions, and extracting soldiers and prisoners will boost our ranks. Building up Mother Base is the first step to achieving our goal. If that means wet work, so be it. We're gonna have to get our hands dirty. I hope you're rested up, because we're not stopping. Not until the pain is gone. The future of Diamond Dogs is in your hands. We're counting on you, boss.
You were hospitalized in Dikelia, a British sovereign base area on Cyprus. It's part of British overseas territory that falls outside of Cypriot jurisdiction. You got moved from Cuba's Little America right into Cyprus's Little Britain. Why Dikelia? The UK and the US remain close allies. The last place Cypher would think to look for you is inside their own system. That's what kept you safe in British military hospital for 9 years. The safest place from a whale is inside its own belly. You were a regular Geppetto.
Well, it wasn't Pinocchio who led me out to safety. So who was that guy?
Cypher went so far as to attack British territory, burning their own ally. That's how badly they wanted you dead.
He said I was in a British military hospital. But the doctor had a Greek accent.
They hire locally. Easier to trust them. Dikelia is also...
What about the Turks? They haven't returned to the south.
Not yet. The Cyprus dispute is still a long way from resolved. The country is just as split as it was in '74. Turkish Cypriots in the north, Greek Cypriots in the south. Between them, the Green Line, the UN established.
And Dikelia sits right on top of it.
It does. Part of the buffer zone between the two groups. Another reason it was the perfect place to hide you. Easy to spot any outsiders snooping around.
So how do things stand?
Now, last year, the Turks declared that the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus is an independent state, though it's only Turkey that recognizes it. In the past, the Greeks and Turks lived side by side in the same villages. There are reasons to fight? Those came from the outside. Greece, Turkey, Britain, America, they all had their own stake in pitting the two sides against each other. But once you spark something like this, it's impossible to control. Both sides build up grudges like debt, without the foresight to see that each act of revenge just fans the flames, and then it's too late for other nations to rush in with peace talks. The embers keep on smoldering. Each nation's arrogance only breeds anarchy.
While the Soviets have indicated they are not...
Miller told me about what happened in the Caribbean 9 years ago. You do remember Miller. You'd formed a private army with him. An army with no allegiance to a nation.
I remember, but...
I see. You're not sure what's fact and what's a fantasy caused by the coma. It's still all a mess, huh? All I can do is tell you the facts as they were told to me. I've gone easy on you up until now, but this is where the hard stuff begins. 1974, the year before you entered your coma. You were in Colombia, operating with a small unit of men, basically mercenaries. Miller was among them. Miller was trying to find a way to turn his and your talents into a line of work. He was looking to start a business where you would fight on behalf of others around the world, those who needed military force. But the reality was, at that time, you didn't have enough gear to equip your own men. Then Miller came across this client. It was a huge job he was offering, but you had a shot at pulling it off. You accepted it and headed into Costa Rica. The client even threw in an offshore facility in the Caribbean. The mother base, that would be your new base of operations. Miller sure did have a head for business. As your mission went on, your unit grew and grew. More weapons, more money. Before you knew it, you were commanding 300 men. As the organization got bigger, your military powers swelled to match. It got so the international community couldn't afford to ignore you. You were just too damn successful for your own good. You, your men, had worn out your welcome. Everyone was out for you. East, West, First World, Third. It was only a matter of time before someone took you down. And that was XOF. Officially, they're an anti-terror unit under the CIA. In reality, they're Cypher's private strike force. They lured you to Cuba using Chico, the Nicaraguan revolutionary kid, and Paz, a mole who worked for Cypher as bait. While you were gone, XOF, posing as a nuclear inspection team, stormed Mother Base. At the same time, C4 they placed on the strut legs went off. The whole thing went down in minutes. XOF. Kisses and hugs followed by a big FU. All because of Miller's blind spot. A back door into Mother Base no one suspected. You remember a certain scientist. Huey was responsible for bringing the inspection team on board, giving the enemy a perfect opportunity to hit you at home. You were returning from Cuba when it happened. Mother Base came damn close to taking you with it into the Caribbean. Those of your men out on assignment returned right away. They refused to believe the wreckage in the water they found was Mother Base. But they checked the coordinates again and again, until reality finally settled in. You were supposed to die that day. That was XOF's primary objective. As far as most folks know, you did. The first doctor to see you wasn't even sure what he was looking at. Before they'd even finished operating, your men moved you to that hospital in Cyprus. It was a woman named Eva who arranged that. Rings a bell, huh? Most men in your condition would have been written off right from the start. But you survived. You went straight down to hell, and they pulled you out. Your eye wide open. Full of venom. The days of Naked Snake are long gone. Welcome back, Venom Snake. This world still needs you. Here, Snake, try this on.
A prosthetic arm.
Yeah, Miller was calling it the arm that wasn't there. The physiotherapy's going well. Your arm's bulked up enough for it to fit. There. Perfect. A little time with it, and it'll work better than the real thing. What do you think?
Huh. I can still feel my real arm.
Well, you better get used to this one quick. You have any pain?
Every now and then.
Where?
My fingertips. My left fingertips.
Sounds like phantom pain. Your brain still remembers your old hand.
Yeah.
What about your vision? Can you see okay?
Yeah, at the moment.
Now, the shrapnel in your skull is pressing on your optic nerve. I'm told any hard impact could have an effect on your visual cortex.
Yeah, the doctor mentioned that.
Your brain might process visual information incorrectly. In other words, you could have hallucinations. You might see things that aren't there, or not see things as they really are. You experienced any of that?
I think so.
When?
Right after I wake up. Colors look faded.
Colors, huh? Well, that's not a major concern in and of itself, but it could mean the difference between life and death in the field. You'll need to watch out for that.
I will.
All right. You should continue your physio. We'll be arriving soon. It's the last chance you'll get. Snake, I wanted to ask you about the man on fire. What do you remember from the hospital? Anything we can use?
Well, he took off the moment the sprinklers started up.
Sprinklers? The fire system?
And when he got sprayed with water from the burst pipe, it slowed him down.
When we escaped on horseback, he wouldn't cross the river either.
And then it started to rain. And he disappeared.
Water against fire. Is it that simple? I mean, it makes sense. It's just hard to believe it would work on a guy like that.
That is going to be this video. I wanted to go over the first cassette tapes that we get, kind of explaining, like, so I didn't play Ground Zeroes in the recorder, and obviously I played Ground Zeroes, but I haven't done a recording of that. Jump right into the Phantom Pain. The cassettes do a really good job of explaining everything that happened and giving some details as to what is really going on. So if you sat through the cassette tapes with me, I appreciate it, because it's really the time that you get to hear the characters speak to one another in this particular game. There's not like the codec conversations or hours of cutscenes like MGS4. It's much more straightforward unless you take the time to listen to the backstory. So, I will catch you in the next one. I appreciate it.